This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it a real POS? You need Shopify for retail. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify POS has everything you need to sell in person. Go to shopify.com/system, all lowercase, to take your retail business to the next level today. That's shopify.com/system.
Our Las Vegas mayoral race coverage continues. Today on CityCast Las Vegas, we've got mayoral candidate Kola Akingbade here with us. Kola is a proud Nigerian-born American with a background in engineering, the ministry, and real estate. And we chat about his campaign and his vision for Las Vegas. It's Sunday, May 5th. I'm Sonia Cho Swanson, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. So, Kola, I saved the easiest question for the first question. Tell us who you are and why you're running for mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. So my name is Kola Akingbade, and according to your intro, I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, but I've lived in the United States for 44 years. And I'm married, happily married man. I have four. I have six accomplished children, and I'm not in this race because there's anything that was broken. No, that's not why. I'm not here to fix anything at all. What we have in Las Vegas is actually working, but it's just that it needs to work better, and the prosperity needs to reach everyone.
Okay. Well, I did read a profile that was written up about you on Sharp Edge News, and I was kind of surprised to hear that you most recently ran for president of Nigeria in 2019. So what happened with that campaign?
Yeah, the campaign was fantastic. Yeah, I did run for president of Nigeria, and I was not defeated. But, so much corruption in that part of the world, a presidential candidate, normally they probably would spend somewhere around $1 billion on campaign. I spent probably about $1.5 million of my own money.
Wow.
It was crazy. So, their money defeated us, and that's, everything that we went through in life, it's pretty much what set us up and give us the experience for today. That was what happened. About a week before the election, these guys, these retired Army generals, they threw out, hundreds of millions of dollars on the street. I can match that,
I see. So did you end up
was what happened.
Withdrawing your candidacy, or?
Yes, I end up withdrawing the candidacy. Actually, we saw this earlier, and what I did is, I decided to run for Senate instead because I still had the opportunity. And none of that makes any difference, These guys have so much money, and that was what happened, actually.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the 5 years since then, since 2019, why have you returned your focus to Las Vegas? I mean, that's a pretty big shift, geographically, in focus and scope, in terms of like where you want to make a difference. Why come back to Las Vegas?
Well, I live in Los Angeles. I live in LA for 38 years, right? Actually, I love Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas. I've always been in Las Vegas. My family loved Las Vegas. My wife loves Las Vegas. We had a home here in Las Vegas. So pretty much, my wife and I, we decided that let's make Las Vegas our home. And that's what we intended to do, actually retire in Vegas. Look, Sonia, I'm not going anywhere. This is where I am, and it's just that as much I love Las Vegas. This is my favorite city on earth, and I just thought that we can do a lot more than we're doing right now. Even though I love our current mayor, Carolyn Goodman, I think she's been masterful, actually, but she's time that someone have to replace her right now. And I'm going to tell you why Las Vegas. They have this off-season thing that they have in Vegas. Around
Yeah,
some time of the year.
we'll get into that because I remember that's one of your campaign platform issues. But I'm
Yes,
really
yes.
curious about, you said you moved here pretty recently. So around what year did you move here? And
Well, I lived there. I lived there briefly. I lived there for maybe like about 3 years. I'm a broker, real estate broker, salesperson
Mhm.
here in Nevada. I've been a licensee here for probably like about 11 years. So I've been selling homes out here for a long time, and this just used to be a second home for us.
Mhm.
So we moved it finally, like about 3 years now.
I see. Okay. And what have
Yeah,
you what have
about
you
three
done?
years.
What have you done since moving to Las Vegas in the last 3 years to really familiarize yourself with the issues in Las Vegas that people care about here?
Man, work meet people like in the neighborhood, walk up and down, talk to people, try to hear from the citizens themselves. What is it that you would like for your mayor to be able to make happen for you? What are you expecting from the city government? What are the main issues, what directly affects your personal lives, and what changes would you like to make? And so this is what my wife and I and my team, we've been canvassing, we've been on the ground asking all these questions. And that's the reason, and that's why we were able to come up with a platform that we have. Say our platform is very comprehensive. I know you've heard that the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. I don't believe in that. Say I don't believe that. I believe that it's possible for the rich to continue to maintain their wealth while the poor and the middle class can build legacy for themselves.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it a real POS? You need Shopify for retail. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify POS has everything you need to sell in person. Go to shopify.com/system, all lowercase, to take your retail business to the next level today. That's shopify.com/system.
Well, let's talk about that platform then. So let's start with your top issue. So what do you think should be the top priority for the new mayor, whether it's you or someone else? Whoever the new mayor is, what do you think the top priority for the Las Vegas mayor should be?
Economy.
Okay.
Las Vegas is a brilliant place. Come on. People come to Vegas, they never want to go back home. I've been coming to Vegas for like 35, 38 years. Every time we come to Vegas, like, do we have to go back home? And our economy, obviously, like I said earlier, it's not like I'm trying to fix a broken system here, right? But what it is I don't understand why the whole city goes in this off season. I just don't, so I had to study that when the economy is bad, whenever the economy is bad, if I may ask you right now, and you have to save money, what do you think is the first thing that people, how you gonna save money? The first thing people will be entertainment. You cut down on the entertainment. And that goes for me, that goes for you, that goes for everyone around the world. When we have to save money, we don't come to Vegas.
Yeah, we saw that during the pandemic for sure.
Yeah, well, 2007,
Mm-hmm.
during the world economic crisis, the meltdown, nobody's coming to Vegas, because no one has the money to come to Vegas. For years, Vegas was just on a total shutdown. Not only that, during the pandemic, and 2007, when the inflation is so bad, of course, all the cities in all the states all around the world, we all feel the same thing, but everyone recovers. But Las Vegas, this beautiful city, the devastation lingers. It lingers here. After Los Angeles recovered, after New York recovered, Atlanta, Miami, Las Vegas, it takes us another couple of years before we recover. The whole city in the off season. And the reason is because our economy is not diversified.
Okay.
You say, yeah, we put all of our eggs in that one basket. Vegas, our dominant industry is gaming, right? And we're the king of gaming here. But we like to call ourselves the entertainment capital of the world. But there are too many holes in our entertainment. If you hear me giving praises to Carolyn Goodman, our mayor today, it's because she's able to bring, professional sports to Las Vegas, and she's able to do some other things like that. Can you think about it? Disney Las Vegas. Disney Las Vegas. We need a theme park here, aquarium, big business. We have to be able to attract big businesses for coming over here. And
Well,
that's what it is.
Disney and aquarium still sounds like tourism to me. So what
Yes,
other
it
ideas
is.
would you have for diversifying the economy?
Well, we must be able to bring in big businesses, right? For example, Delta operates out of, I believe, Atlanta. And United Airlines operates out of Houston. What Fortune 500 companies, operate out of Vegas? We don't have that. Look, how about technology? I would argue that 50% of all the wealth in the world today is running through technology. How much of that do we have in Las Vegas? Pretty much nothing, right? So we need technology, we need big businesses. But our dominant industry is tourism, right? We have to strengthen up on that. There's too many holes there.
So Las Vegas, the city and policymakers and, officials have been talking about diversifying the Las Vegas economy for a long time. And as you mentioned,
Yes.
others such as Mayor Carolyn Goodman have made some strides in that area.
Yes.
So what would
Yes.
you specifically do as mayor of Las Vegas to help achieve those goals?
Well, I'm going to pretty much focus on the areas that will take away that Las Vegas economy, it's undependable, right? It goes on season, off season. So we have to find a way to offset that off season. How do we diversify that? We need technology here for sure.
What policies as mayor would you promote to help bring some of these other industries in?
We're gonna work on incentives.
Okay.
Incentives for all these companies, to come in to bring these high paying jobs to Las Vegas. And I believe that even entertainment, like in the entertainment industry, like our movie studios, again, we are beginning to see that coming in right now, but we cannot have a situation where a star come here for residency, they stay for 3 months, and when it's the off season, they go back home. And then when they want to record their next album, they go to New York or they go to Los Angeles, right? And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, tax incentives for businesses that will bring high-paying jobs to Las Vegas.
Well, let's talk about homelessness for a second, because the
Yes.
city of Las Vegas operates the Courtyard.
Yes.
And so I'm curious if you would continue some of the programming that's happening at the Courtyard, or if you would change course or introduce new programs. What would your plan for homelessness be?
Well, we are going to continue with the current program that they have, right? But let's face it, there's never going to be enough funding to address that issue. I don't know what the budget is. It's never going to be enough. So what has been happening? You rob Peter to pay Paul, and then you continue robbing Peter to pay Paul. Well, Paul will never have enough funding because it's working on borrowed money. Then when is Peter gonna operate on its own? So for me, the way that we deal with that, it's basically to legalize prostitution in Las Vegas.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Is that part of your platform?
Yes, that is very much part of my platform.
Oh, tell me more. How is that connected to homelessness?
because we are never going to have enough funding
Okay.
to really address the issue of homelessness, right? So we're always going to be in a situation where we will borrow from this program, we will borrow from that program, and then we would work, with the homelessness. Not all these people are hopeless, right? And it's not a one solution fits all. We have to meet them where they are. They all have to be helped individually. But where's the money going to come from? Whatever the budget is never going to be enough. So I've heard some people are advocating. They said tax the casinos for the homeless tax, right? Or that's one option.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can tax you and I, right? We can levy a massive tax on you. You and I, that's another way, right?
You're proposing legalizing prostitution and then taxing prostitution. Does that part of your proposal?
Of course, we have to tax prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
Look. Right now, let's not act like this is out of the ordinary, right? 10 counties in Nevada already have sex workers, and it's legal.
Well, there are sex workers in Las Vegas too. Absolutely, just not all of them are operating legally at the moment. So it's everywhere.
But you see, that is the problem, right? We have all these little guys, they call them whatever they call them, pimps, whatever. These guys collecting $5,000 a night. That's our money. I want, Las Vegas, we are leaving too much money on the table. And as mayor, one of the first things that I will that I'm going to work on is like all that money on the table. No. That money belongs to Las Vegas. Look, 25 years ago, 10 years ago, cannabis, it used to be marijuana, right?
Sure.
But not have a sexy name for it. They call it cannabis. It used to be illegal. People go to jail 25 years, 35 years for that. Today, it's legal. What do we know now? What did we find out 5, 10 years ago that we didn't know 30 years ago? We knew all about the health benefits, but no one wants to do that. They don't want to, it's like, it's drug, da. Eventually, the government said, you know what? All these drug dealers, all these billions of dollars just going around. The government's like, we want that money.
That's
right.
That's certainly part of the argument for legalizing cannabis, for sure.
Of course.
Well, I have one last question for you, Kola, and this is kind of a fun one, I hope.
Yes.
So, as mayor, you can summon you can summon pretty much anyone you want for a long lunch. You can call them up, and they're going to be like, "Yes, I will have lunch with you." So, who is the first person that you would ring up to have a long talk with about what's going on, what's the pulse of the city? Who's that first person you're calling?
The current mayor.
I should say they can't be named Goodman. They can't be named Goodman. No. You can't call it Goodman.
It's you. I'm gonna have you.
Can't call a CityCast producer either.
Yeah.
Those are the two you can't call. So anyone else besides a Goodman or a CityCast producer, who would you be calling?
Well, I probably would call Steve Wynn.
Okay.
I mean, I love him. It's I kind of adopt him. He probably doesn't know. I kind of adopt him like, like my godfather. I love the guy. I love his policies, how he move around. I like his swag. His knowledgeable experience and all that good stuff. So, since I can't call you first, since I can't call Caroline, and I'm certainly going to call Steve Wayne.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us, Kola. We really appreciate you talking with us today.
Thank you for having me.
That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you enjoyed the show and this whole Mayoral Mondays series, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back soon with more news from around the city. Take care.